You've been trying to prove yourself to the world, to the people who doubted you, to the ones who left you, to the ones who laughed when you said you had a dream. But listen closely, you were never supposed to prove anything to them. The only person you need to prove anything to is yourself. Because at the end of the day, when the noise fades, and the lights go out, and the world stops clapping, it's just you. You versus the mirror. You versus your reflection. You versus your own potential. Pause. Let that sink in. Most people live their lives chasing validation. They need applause, approval, recognition. They measure their worth by how many people notice their progress. But that's a trap. Because when you start living for others' opinions, you lose control of your direction. You let their noise drown out your own voice. You know why the greats move differently? Because they're not chasing attention, they're chasing mastery. Kobe didn't show up at 4 a.m. to impress anyone. He did it because he knew the man he wanted to become. He didn't need claps. He needed progress. When David Goggins ran through pain and hell, he wasn't thinking about followers. He was building proof. Proof that he could be more than the lazy, overweight man he once was. That's what you need to understand. When you stop trying to impress others and start trying to impress yourself, the game changes. There's a moment that comes for every man chasing greatness. The moment where the world goes silent. When the support disappears. When no one's watching. When you're completely alone with your grind. That's when most people quit. But that's also where the real ones are born. Because that's the point where you stop performing and start transforming. You stop doing it for validation. And you start doing it for evolution. The loudest progress happens in silence. The biggest growth happens when nobody sees it. That's why the greats don't need to announce every move. They don't need to post every workout, every milestone, every success. Because they already know who they are. They're too focused on building to care about broadcasting. You've got to tune out the noise. The opinions. The gossip. The why are you doing this? The you're wasting your time. The be realistic. None of that matters. Because the ones talking are never the ones building. The ones doubting are never the ones doing. You have to stop explaining your vision to people who can't see it. You have to stop expecting small minds to understand big goals. They won't. And they're not supposed to. That's why your mission is yours alone. The grind will make sense one day. But not now. Not to them. Not yet. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your obsession. You don't owe anyone an update on your progress. You don't owe anyone your piece just to fit in. Your only obligation is to become the man you said you'd be. Every time you wake up early when no one's watching, you're proving it to yourself. Every time you push through pain, doubt, and exhaustion, you're proving it to yourself. Every time you say no to distractions and yes to discipline, you're proving it to yourself. That's the real scoreboard. Because external approval fades fast. But internal pride lasts forever. Let me remind you, you're not the same person you used to be. You've already come too far to be listening to people who've done nothing. You've already earned scars that most people are too afraid to face. So stop seeking applause. Start seeking growth. You don't need validation when you have vision. You don't need followers when you have focus. You don't need permission when you have purpose. The only person who needs to believe in your dream is you. Think of a lion. He doesn't care about the opinions of sheep. He doesn't roar for attention. He roars to remind himself who he is. That's the energy you need. You're not in competition with anyone else. You're in competition with your old self, the lazy one, the insecure one, the one who gave up too early. Destroy that version. Replace him with the one who stays locked in no matter who's watching. Because the truth is, the real war isn't fought on the outside. It's fought in your mind. You're fighting your own doubts, your own fear, your own weakness. That's the battlefield. And your mission is simple: win that battle. When the noise gets loud, go silent. When they doubt you, go harder. When they laugh, lock in. The best revenge is quiet consistency. Because nothing silences doubters like undeniable results. One day, the same people who laughed at you will tell stories about how they knew you. But you won't even hear them. Because by then, you'll be too far ahead. So stop trying to prove them wrong. Start proving yourself right. Prove that your discipline wasn't wasted. Prove that your pain had purpose. Prove that you were built for this. This is your reminder. You don't need their validation. You need your commitment. You don't need their support. You need your self-belief. You don't need their noise. You need your silence. Because everything you're looking for, the strength, the power, the confidence, it's already inside you. You just need to stop listening to the world long enough to hear yourself again. The voice of doubt will always exist. But so will the voice of discipline. And whichever one you feed will win. Feed the right one. Pause. You've been quiet long enough. Now it's time to show the world, not with words, but with results. Keep your head down. Stay locked in. And remember, this is not about proving to them that you can do it. It's about proving to yourself that you were meant to. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I prove myself to myself. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will stay focused, silent, and relentless until your results speak louder than the noise.